You're still watching the continent's #1 magazine show, the only show that allows you to explore this beautiful continent through its football. Joining me as usual is the only Aunty Diski we acknowledge. Welcome to the show, Jessica. How are you doing?
Adeyo, how body today?
Body day okay now.
That's good.
Yes,
Thank you.
now let's talk about the story making headlines right now because there's a certain WAFCON champion that has made the transition from Atletico Madrid to PSG. What can you tell me about this story?
All right, super exciting news. We're always celebrating these African queens when they make, these big strides in their football career. And we are talking about Rasheedat Ajibade, who's the captain for the national team. 25 years old. She's now recently signed with PSG. She now joins Echegini, and we know
Jennifer.
Yes. So we know that I feel like PSG has something for Nigerian players. We know that Okpara was there, JJ Okocha also was there playing with the French Giants, but I'm super happy for her. She possesses, great talent, her technical ability, to understand the game, and also great leadership. She's captained the under-17 national team, the under-20 national team, all the way to the senior team. So this is a player that really brings that resilience. She brings discipline, and she also brings the talent. And looking at social media, how the French side has welcomed her, it's absolutely so fulfilling, and I know that she's going to do phenomenally well. And it was a free transfer, very surprising for me, but I'm super happy for her.
A talent and resilience. Let's see if that makes her successful in France. I just want to see the color she will change her hair to with this new side. It better be blue to go with
prayer warrior. I love that. This is her signature hairstyle. It's purple, it's blue, but she creates magic on the field. We love to see it.
Well, speaking of magic on the field, we need to talk about the CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers. If you thought the Chan had drama, wait till you see what is happening here. Aunty Diski, what's going on with these qualifiers, first of all?
Well, besides you not accepting my invite to go to the stadium, I'm going to hold you down to that. Hopefully we can go to the final together tomorrow. But absolutely great football. Let me be honest. There's a lot of growth that needs to happen.
Someone got spanked 10-1.
Yeah,
don't
definitely.
Forget to tell us about that.
But I think just looking at the progress of the technical strides that we're making in football, it is evident to see that in some of these nations there's a lot of work that still needs to happen. You can see teams that don't really have a proper technical training structure in the way that the quality of, just a simple thing as trapping the ball, your first touch, understanding your position within the field, finding your players on the field, having that endurance throughout up until the first half. It's lacking a lot of that. And then that's when you can see the drastic differences, especially if you're going to be playing like teams like, your Gaborone United and your Mamelodi Sundowns. A lot of teams are exposed to that, and maybe also this is an opportunity missed by the technical teams, but maybe lack of resources, provide that. But I think there has to be a little bit of upgrade when it comes to the performance and the skills that are delivered in this particular tournament. But outside of that, I think the teams definitely came to show up. One thing I want to touch on, Ade, before I speak about the teams that have really impressed me is, the administration and the technical side of COSAFA. We've got VAR in this tournament. But I've seen that we don't really have the right people, or maybe we're not trained yet. We don't have enough experience for us to actually, master that. I was watching a couple of games. I've been attending the games, and when there's a moment where the second match official has to go, or the match official has to go and check VAR, it takes about 7 to 8 minutes to get the results. So it's a bit of a technical one that we haven't gotten it right, and that disturbs the endurance and the momentum of the game.
But isn't it the ref paying at trying to make sure he gets the right decision?
No, absolutely.
It's just precision in the women's game.
VAR is not the problem here. It's just having the right workshops to make sure that certain decisions are made quicker. Because we cannot be game delayed at every match by 8 minutes because of this deliberation. Remember, VAR operates as a second official, just to make sure that whatever the match official wasn't sure about, let's go back and chat to the other match officials. It shouldn't take that long. I'm not blaming the people behind it. I'm just saying we need a lot of investment and we need a little bit of time for VAR to be very effective with our technical staff that uses that system.
So you mentioned earlier Gaborone United ladies, and I'm looking at their group. They're actually top in that group.
Yeah, they're doing very well. 10-1, that was the biggest score line, you know, against Kick for Life. And listen, Kick for Life hasn't really had their best time here. Just a little bit of history about Kick for Life. It is a team that is based on giving back to the community. You know, they focus on, you know, GBV improvements. And I think with their previous wins and, you know, contributions to the team, they've managed to secure scholarships for players like your Queen Rabale, who's at Mamelodi Sundowns. Unfortunately for them, they really suffered great defeats in this tournament, and they're the only team that had 3 buses come through full of supporters. So the team, the owners behind the club have organized supporters to come and support them. And I was there. They were there in the stands singing, and unfortunately the girls were really not finding each other. And Kick for Life is one of those teams that I was talking about to say, you know, it was really devastating. But I think Gaborone United really came to show and prove that they deserve to be here. And I think they've really, you know, played well. They've got 4 players who are in the best 11 or in the group stages now, which I think speaks volumes about the kind of team that they are and what it is that they're bringing into this tournament.
Oh, wow. And I hear Bayelsa's doing well. I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the UNAF, the COSAFA regions, and also the final coming up tomorrow. It's exciting. Jessica, thank you so much again for joining us. After the break, we're going to continue with our build-up to the big match tonight, the Chan Grand Finale. You don't want to miss this. Stay tuned.